All right, now let's get started. So first thing that we're going to do is go in the lib here. Let's right click, then let's create a new folder which is called screens. So under screens here, let's right click again. Let's create another screen called home screen.dat, like that. So this one is going to be a stateful widget, STF like that, and then we have a stateful widget. So this is going to be home screen. So in this screen, let's just what are we going to create here? Okay, first let's just return a scaffold, okay, with the center, with the body of the center. Then here there's a child. Let's have a text which says home screen, like that. All right, so next let's create more screens here. So we're going to have another widget, another class, which is called chat screen. So that. So this one also is going to be a stateful widget. This is going to be a chat screen. So here, let's also return a scaffold. Yeah, with a center like that. So we're missing a bracket. So we have that one, and then let's also create another screen here, which is going to be chat history screen.dat. So this is also going to be a stateful widget, chat history screen. Let's return a scaffold also. So let's create it like that as well. And then here, let's create another widget, which is going to be a profile screen.dat. That's stateful widget, profile screen. All right, let's also return a scaffold, which is going to be like that. So now if we go back to the main.dat, first of all, let's remove all these comments, and then let's remove this banner here. So down here, we're going to say debug add mode banner to false. Okay. Next here, instead of calling this home screen, let's call instead of calling home page, let's call our home screen. And then this home page here, we can go ahead and delete it. All right. Now, if we run our application again, we have a home screen here. Okay. So the next thing to do here is we want to go inside this home screen and then make bottom navigator here to call the other screens. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do up here, let's make a list of screens. Okay. A list of screens. So here, let's see how we're going to make it. So let's do final list. This is going to be, widget. Yeah, it's going to be widget. Okay. So widget, and then here we are just going to say screens like that. Okay. Looks like Copilot is working with us properly. So let me remove that, then bring back that. Then, okay, let me remove that. Then here we don't need a home screen. We just need the chat list, chat screen, and then a profile screen. So let's import these. Okay, now that these are imported, the next thing that we are going to do is here on the body of the scaffold here, let's return pages. Okay, let's return a page view. Okay, so first of all, up here let's have a current index. Okay, so this is, yeah, like that. We're going to have a current index which is 0, and then instead of this body here, let's return a page view widget. So here we are going to have the children is going to be these screens that we have created, and then the on change we are going to set the current index, okay, to the index. Okay, but now the next thing that we are going to do is, after this body we need to create the bottom navigation bar. Okay, so let's create a bottom navigation bar, and then it's going to be bottom navigation bar. Okay, let's click tab. So here's our bottom navigation bar. Right now it's ready to test it. We can go ahead and test it. Okay, so what we are going to do is let's stop the application. It looks like this is when it's finished running, so we're gonna just run it again. Okay, all right, now the application that it has run, you can see that we are in the chat history. If we click here, it's not navigating to the next screen because we did not put the function. Okay, so we are just showing the first screen, which is a chat history screen. Okay, so next thing to do here is to just put the function. When we click here, or when we are swiping it, it's working. You can see that it's navigating to the screens. Okay, but what we want is also the click event here. It should navigate to the next screen. So here on top, we are setting the index, but we are not navigating. Okay, so what to do here is to go back in on this method on top here and navigate. Okay, so to navigate we are going to need a page controller. Okay, so what we'll do is here let's put a page controller. Okay, page view controller. So here we have initialized this page controller, and then the next thing to do is first of all, here on the page view we also need to put that controller. So let's put the controller, which is going to be a page controller. And then here, after we set state here, we need to use that page controller to navigate to the next string. Okay, so here we're going to see page controller dot jump to index. But now if we hot reload again, we can see that if we click here, we are jumping to that screen. Okay, if we swipe, we are also doing the same. Okay, all right, now this is done. Let's also just improve this. So maybe here let's put also the elevation to 0, and then what else can we put here? So let's put the selected color, selected icon, let's say selected item color. So let's get the primary color for that, and then what else can we change? I think that's it. So now let's start working in our chat screen here. Okay, so first of all, let's go on the lib. Let's right click here, new folder. Let's create the API folder. Let's right click again. Let's create the class API service.dart. So let's create this class API service. So here let's have a static const. So this is going to be our API key. So here we have to put our API key here. All right, so for this one, let's minimize and then we need to come here, api.google.dev. okay, so here you need to sign in if you don't have an account. So when you get to this page, just go ahead and click on get Gemini API key. Now it will take you to this page. If you are not logged in, you have to log in. So here you can chat with Gemini here just to play around with it. Okay, so here you can see the model. There is Gemini Pro and this. Okay, so now here to get the API key, you just simply click on get API key over here. So I've already generated mine, which is this one here. If you haven't generated yours yet, just click on create API key. Okay, so now I'm just gonna copy this one that I've already generated. I'm gonna click on it, and then here it is right here. I'm just gonna copy it. Okay, so once I copy it, I just go to my code here and then paste it here. All right, now that I have my API key here, I'm going to close this. We have an API service class there. Next, let's also create some Hive classes. Okay, so first of all, let's create a new folder here. So let me start with a Hive. So in this folder, that's where we're going to put all our Hive methods. Okay, so the first one is going to be let's right click and then create a new file. So the first one, I'm going to get the chat history on that. So this one is the one that we are going to use here. Okay, when we load things, or after we save the message, we send the message and then we save to history. Okay, so this is going to be this. So here, let me remove that. I'm just gonna say class chat history. So up here, I need to say at Hive type. Okay, so I need to give it a type ID here. So that's going to be 0, and then I need to import Hive. Okay, so let's see at Hive type. So let's import the Hive. Let me just go to the browser, and then let's see the documentation here for Hive. So I just want to show you where I'm getting all of that. So we need to go to, where is our Hive Flutter? We call init Hive. Let's minimize that. Okay, let's go to creating a class. So read and write. Where is that? Okay, let's go to generate an adapter. Okay, so here we need to type this. You can see this what I've typed on top. We are going to create a class like this one. Okay, so we need to create this, which is that we have done, and then we just need to import Hive on top here. So let's copy this, come here, and then let's import Hive on top there, and then we have that. And then inside here, let's create what we need to create. So here, what we want, so let's create the first field first. We're going to say add Hive field. This is going to be 0. So also I need to let you know that here you can either import this Hive like this, or we can import our package, which is a Hive Flutter. It will still work, okay, like that. And then we copy that and then paste it there. So even this, it is going to still work. Okay, So now down here, let's have a final string. This is going to be our chat ID. And then let's also create another Hive field one, and then here, so instead of a chat name here, let's save a prompt. Okay, the one that we are going to send as a prompt, and then also let's save a response at Hive field response. And then now here, let's also save the list of images. Okay, Hive field 3, and then okay, yeah, we are going to need the date time, but this, let's keep it as the Hive field 4, because here Hive field 3, we want to have the list of images. So instead of the user ID here, let's have a list of string, and then let's put a string here, and then here we're going to have images URLs. Okay, images URLs. All right, like that. Now after we create that, we're going to create a constructor. Now let's just let our copilot assist that with that. So now that we have this, we also need to create a path, and then chat history.g that. Okay, so to create an adapter, we need to put this up here, which is coming from the documentation. Okay, so we have generate an adapter. So once you create a class, we need to get that class and then create this part. Then afterwards, we need to run the dat run build runner. Okay, so before we do that, let's create more Hive classes. Okay, so this is a chat history. Let's also create the user. So let's create a new dat file. This is going to be user model.dat. Okay, so at Hive type, here we're going to say type. Okay, so let's just do this really quickly. So what we're going to do is just to copy all of this and then just paste it here. Now here the type has to be unique, so this is going to be 1, and then let's also import this Hive. So under this, let's change it to user model, and then let's copy that, and then let's paste it here. Then the other thing is let's extend this to Hive. Okay, extend to Hive object. Let's also do the same here. Okay, extend to Hive object. Okay, the reason why we're extending, because we want to have the method to delete. Okay, if we can just call this chat history.delete, we can delete this object because we are extending as Hive object. Okay, so let's go to user, and then here what we want to do here, this is going to be the UID, and then here this prompt is going to be the name, and then the response is going to be our let's name it as image. Okay, and then we don't need all of these, and then we don't need these. Let's copy that, put it there, paste it here. We have a name, here we have an image. All right, just like this, the user is done. So let's also put the part user model dot like that. Let's also create another one. So this is going to be our settings. So this is just going to be our settings.dat, and then we can just do the same. Okay, let's first just import these, and then we're going to say at Hive type type, we need to say type ID. So this is going to be what, 2? Let's see, we had 1 here. Okay, this is going to be 2. And then next, let's create the class settings, which extends Hive object. And then we will create our settings here. So here we just want to have what do we want? The voice to let the AI speak, and also to get the theme, the current theme. Okay, so let's create at Hive field. This is going to be 0, and then this is going to be a boolean. Bool is dark theme. Let's initialize this to false, and then let's also get another Hive field, which is 1. This one is going to be another bool, which is should speak. It's going to be initialized to false. Let's also create a constructor for this. So let's just get AI created for us. Okay, now we have that. Let's also put a part. All right, so now we have that. We just need to save this one, and then also save this one, and then also save that one. Now that we have saved these, we need to open up our terminal here, and then minimize, and then we need to run this command. Okay, let's copy that, come back here, then we're just gonna paste that and run it. Right now that we have run that command, now we have these adapters. So this is for chat history, this is for settings, and then this is for user model. So let's close these. The next thing we want to do is let's create the reference to our boxes here, the one that we can always be calling everywhere to get these boxes. Okay, so here in Hive, I'm gonna right click and then create a new file. I'm gonna call this boxes.dat. Okay, so here I'm just gonna create a class called boxes. So this class is just going to return the boxes that we have. So let me put comments here. Get the chat history box. So let's see, AI created for us. So I don't want to get it like this. So here I'm just gonna say static box. Let's hit tab. We import Hive, and then here we need to get the chat history. That's our box, and then get chat history box. So we're going to get this box of chat. Let's import it, which is going to return the hive.box.chat history, and then the name of that box. Okay, so this one here is going to be to return that, and then let's create another one. So here, get user box. Let's also wait for AI to create. So yeah, this is going to return the user box like that. We can move this side, then just import this. We're going to get that. So this, let's name it user box. This also, let's name it, okay, let's put underscores there like that. So next, let's also get the settings box. Okay, just like that. But this one also, let's get it the same way we are getting this. We need to put this under settings, and then import that even here. Let's do it like that, and then say settings. Okay, great. So this is how we are going to return the chat history box, the user box, and the settings. Also, let's keep our code nice and clean. Let's also create another folder, which is going to be, okay, actually, let's go back. This is just going to be a .dat file up from here, which is going to be our constants. Okay, constants.dat. So, okay, let me rename this property. Let's rename to constants like that. So this is just going to be class constants, and then it's going to have all our constants. Okay, it's just like this. So first, okay, let me click tab. So the first one is going to be this is going to be, let's say, chat history box. Okay, chat history box, which is going to return our this like this. Okay, let's copy that. I can close that, and then let's paste it there, and then let's remove all of this. Copilot now will create that for us following that same logic. Okay, so it's going to user box, setting box, and then now if we come back here, we don't need to put it like that. We just call our constants dot chat history box. Okay, even here we'll call our constants dot user box constants dot settings box. Okay, like that. All right, so great. So now we have our boxes. We can close and save it. We have a Hive folder created. We can close this, and then we can end this video here. In the next one, we are going to create the chat provider and then continue from there. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.